Hello there, ladies, gentlemen, and unicorns. Welcome to 2020, my first stream in 2020, and congratulations, Frank, for again winning the quiz. And thank you so much for letting Lady Mistleaf and myself know how to disable this incredibly annoying thing that's keeping the stream in the dashboard overlay just occluded. Back in the days, which is a couple of months back, you just could click away, just click somewhere in the screen to make it disappear. But now, thanks, Frank, this really saves a lot of annoyance for me. Also, thank you so much, Lady Mistleaf, for engaging in a raid targeted at my channel. I think I'm somewhat Twitch savvy now, because I think the very first time when I got raided, I thought, oh my god, I'm being hacked. I need to shut this down. People are just flooding in and they're taking over. I don't know what this means. Probably something bad. So I think I've wisened up at this point. Wonderful saying, wisened up. And I also got my trusty Pac-Man coffee cup here, because it's always coffee o'clock for me. So I hope you have some wonderful beverage for yourself, especially at this time of year. At least if you're living in the northern hemisphere, I strongly urge you to drink something that's warm, maybe tea or cocoa or coffee, just something. It's just so soothing to cling to something that's warm between your little paws. Right, so wow, this is a stream from the past. Oh my god, is it? Did I say 2020? Oh my god. Welcome to 2020. What's it? 22. Really, this is a 5. Anyway, yeah, the pandemic has been going on for 20 years now. So yeah, this is why I'm not too good with year numbers or anything. So how was your turn of year? I hope you had a good one. In German, that we have this saying, if you wish someone a happy, a good new year, but before the new year happens, you wish them guten Rutsch, which means literally you just wish them a merry slide, a good slide over into the next year. And someone on Twitter said it sounds like a threat. So yeah, I wish a good slide to you, so that you hopefully slide away or something. You could read it either way. How did you spend Christmas? Because I've heard from some people who said, yeah, the time between Christmas and the New Year, this is the most chill and relaxed time for them. And yeah, it's not for me. It is not, because I got 2 families to visit, my in-laws and my family who don't live here. So it's spending time there, and a huge drive in one direction and then in the other direction. So Europe is, and especially Austria, is not too large compared to the US, but still it's a lot of driving, and you can't spend the day on your own terms, essentially. So for me, it is the quiet time starts now with the new year, where everything gets back to normal, but the work has not ramped up, at least so far. So at least that's it for me. And Frank, again, you have this unbroken streak of 17 months. Thank you so much for subscribing, for being this long with me just rambling around and about, and really do appreciate it. I raise my glass in your honor, and it's a glass that is not opaque. Well, it's not transparent, it's opaque. Never mind. Prime. Oh, Prime. I'm very lucky to be among your Prime Twitchers. There we go. I should have prepared this first. 17 is Prime. Oh. That one was much better than my, let's call it joke. Right. Oh yeah, you probably notice small differences here, very minor differences. The one thing is that I got a new chair. This was my Christmas present from me to me, because the other office chair, you probably heard it, was it's constantly creaking and not very comfortable. I mean, it was padded with leather, but it was already coming off at the sides, and yeah, it was from IKEA, so yeah, what can you expect? So I shelled out way too much money on this one here, but it's super comfortable, it's ergonomic, you don't sweat, it's a bit smaller, and it's just so super nice, and my back is already thanking me. So yeah, this was essentially pretty much all the money that I had for everyone's Christmas presents, so no one got anything substantial, just I got my chair. But my parents gave me this little smart armband or what it is, so yeah, and this has been essentially been ruining my life, because now I know how little I do workout and how stressed I am, and I'm relaxed right now. Yeah, this ought to change. Let's measure it right now. Yeah, a friend of my mom wanted just something when he was on the bike to read his pulse constantly, and they talked him into this little smart band, which is exactly not what you want if you just want a constant readout of your heartbeat. So yeah, he was not very happy with it and just said, yeah, maybe you figure it out. And I thought, yeah, I'm not too keen on those things, but now it's kind of interesting. Now I know that I'm just sleeping not too well. Apparently, it's so nice because this app always tries to stay positive, and it says, yeah, you slept better than so and so many percent of people. And in my case, it said, yeah, way to go, you slept better than 5% of people. And then I looked at the curve, and now I'm, oh dear, I probably should do something about it. Lady Mistleaf said, when I moved to my upstairs office, I didn't end up bringing the chair, so now I have a newer but cheaper chair that I'm expecting the back will fall off on stream, sending me flying to the mirth of my viewers. Everything for the viewers. I hope it won't come to this, but I mean, this is something you always want to have things that you can save up to when you think, yeah, things are really good and I want to treat myself. And for me, it has been the chair. And this is something that I realized, my God, this is a grown-up present, right? An office chair. It's like, I can't wait when I get a little bit older, where I'm very much looking forward to someone knitting me a sweater for Christmas, or some nice socks that we can all sit around like Bernie Sanders up in mittens. So since we have here the new windows that have been installed a couple of months back, and the insulation is pretty bad, so now there is this very subtle cold draft at the feet. So yeah, this is the coldest winter so far in this apartment. So yeah, maybe I should. I'm looking already forward to the next Christmas with something. Some boring presents for myself. Andrew's here. Hello everybody. Just finished up dinner with my family. Will join soon. Yeah, no worries. I'll be here longer. So and enjoy your dinner. I'll be waiting. But thank you so much for dropping by. And Lady Miss Liv says, office chair is a valid present when you're playing games a lot. Yeah, it is. I mean, I could always spend some money on a super nice Ultra Pro controller, or I don't know, a screen with a refresh rate of 1000 gigahertz or 1.22 gigawatts. No, it was 1.88 gigawatts. And merch socks, exactly. If you head over to my Redbubble store, you can get most of my designs also on socks, because I thought, sure, why not? You can also get them on leggings or even shower curtains. Whatever floats your boat, probably they printed my designs on this, and and nobody has bought them, including myself. But I thought it would be nice having some socks with some weird design on it. So it sounds adult, but it feeds the inner child. Not for me though. I avoid socks. Yeah, I'm also. You probably have seen it in my Post Mortems. I usually like to go barefooted around the house. I don't know why. It started when I was in college, and I'm one of those persons You can probably tell because I'm wearing short-sleeved shirts all the time. One of these persons who always have the heating up way beyond what other people consider healthy or necessary, because I like it warm. I hate it when you visit someone and it's very cold there and everyone is running around in sweaters and you feel like, yeah, it's not too comfortable. But for them, because I don't know, maybe they work out or something, it's fine for them. But for me, I'm one of these people. I feel very cold very easily, but then again, I just realized that in the summer, I'm the first to complain that it's too hot. So I'm probably already way down on the slippery slope to becoming an old grump. But I think this is why you are here, to just hear me bitch about things that I can't change, or maybe would take a little bit of effort on my side to change, but I'm not taking the effort. I'd rather complain. This is also the Austrian way of doing things. This is how Austrians see themselves. We like to complain, but when we really should do something about it, complaining is much more fun. So cheers to that. Avoiding socks, right? Why are we here today? What do I want to show you? First things first, thank you so much for everyone who watched my Post Mortem. It was really just amazing to see just the sheer amount of love come back and understanding all in the comments and everything. And then on the Twitter Spaces thing, many of you were there, so really thank you so much. I really started to work on myself taking things a little bit more chill, not to concern myself too much with all the work. But right now I don't have any head for it, no mental capacity for worrying about doing projects, because right now, you probably have remember it from last year, it is my yearly backup time, which means sorting through my email. I've just went through thousands of emails from the last year and just categorizing them. And then, of course, you have all your accounting to do and put it all in neat spreadsheets and print it out and sort it by date and put it in different folders and also have it digitally. My point is, I'm still in the process of just collecting and gathering all my files for the yearly backup. So this is good because it keeps me distracted from worrying too much. Lady Misleaf says, I keep the heat a little lower if I can, just to save on oil. Oh, we have an oil boiler hot water heating. And because it's not eco-friendly but very expensive to switch. My parents had the same thing. They also heat with oil. And they want to change it to something more eco-friendly, but essentially, especially now in the crisis where there is nothing in the supply chain for pretty much anything is on short supply. But there are some subsidies from the government if you switch. But they did the math and said, you still have to pay a lot on top of it, and they can't afford it. So it's the cheapest option is to burn the climate. So I said to my mom, sure, you can mint me some NFTs, and she didn't understand what I was saying, which is quite normal, I think. Cursibu says, it was great. Oh, thank you so much. This Prime sub thing is very confusing, says Ender42. I don't know how to subscribe with Prime via Amazon, but it's possible. But I haven't figured out myself how to do this. But I think this is one of the things, the good resolutions for the new year, that maybe I should just try to be a bit more open about technical things. I mean, it sounds weird, right? Because I feel like I'm very much of an early adopter, but some things I just feel, I will figure it out when I have to. And again, I really should work on this. Because once you start to learn something new, even if it's just learning how to subscribe with Prime, it's really nice. It gives you this little feeling of accomplishment, and then you maybe tackle the next thing. And Twitter Spaces was nice too, says Kirsty. I really thought I want to do something with Twitter Spaces, and usually when I just scrolled through the list, 50% of it was just crypto bros talking about NFTs, and I thought, maybe this is not what I'm interested in right now or at all. So it was really nice of anyone who really did show up. And Ender42 is gift. Oh my God, you're gifting. Oh my God, I need to hang on. Thank you so much for gifting so many tiers, not tiers, subscription, tier 1 subscriptions. There we go. Cover your ears. I will do this thing once more. 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much. Really, I feel so well landed in 2022. Did I say it correctly this time? Yes, I think I did. Wow, wonderful! Thank you so much. This is really generous of you. So a big round of applause and unicorns and coffee and sparkles. I don't have any sparkles here. Maybe I should get some glitter. I probably should not. I should not. So, okay, what did I miss? Twitter Spaces was nice. Thank you. +1 for Twitter Spaces, but very scary. Talking very scary. Yeah, this is true. I completely forgot about this, that not everyone might be comfortable with just requesting the mic and talking into a void of strangers, essentially. I mean, for me with this streaming thing, this really has helped me a lot with just talking freely in front of people in a language that is not my first one, so it's going quite fine. But I completely underestimated this because I think a lot of people want to share something, but the setting was not too comfortable. So if you didn't say anything, I don't take it the wrong way. So if you did, very brave of you, like Lady Mistleaf did. But yeah, it's a weird setting. I was a bit worried that no one would want to talk and pitch in, and so this was where I was just hogging the mic in the first couple of hours. There are for us 2, which is great, but we have to pay for the work up front and then get the government. Exactly, yeah, this is how it is. So usually you have to pony up the money. I love the word pony up. You have to pony up the entire money and then wait, in the worst case, months to get some of it back. And when there's a dispute of something, yeah, bureaucracy, you know how it goes. And Cursipu says, wish Twitter Spaces worked fully on desktop. Yeah, this is another thing. Again, next time I should do some more research. It only works on mobile. I think you can listen in on desktop, or there was a workaround where you could listen in, but talking did not work. So yeah, I thought everyone's on their phones, but for me it was right sitting there and talking into my phone, and it was a bit weirder. Because this setting is nice because it feels like I'm talking directly to you, but then again, it's not too nice in a sense that it feels sometimes that I'm talking into the void. So again, I really appreciate it that you are all active in the chat. Otherwise, I probably would have lost my mind a long time ago. Wonderful. Again, so nice for trying this thing out, and really. Also saw my country's flag in the Twitter space. Oh, this is super nice. I was eagerly waiting for the Twitter space to chat with you, actually talking to you and not just typing. Lol, I feel I hogged the non-host talking. Oh, no, you didn't. Again, I wanted to have some sort of exchange of ideas and experiences, and I was actually feeling a bit bad that I was talking all the time. So really, no worries. I feel it worked out wonderfully. The only thing was afterwards I was exhausted and had this. Do you know this? It feels like the onset of a migraine when you're just overly exhausted from everything. And yeah, this was before Christmas with all the Post Mortem. And so, yeah, this was the only downside. Probably I didn't have enough water. So, yeah, drink water. Another New Year's resolution. And yeah, my New Year's resolution is 320 by 240. That one I haven't heard this time. Another resolution would be to make a bit, to gussy up this stream a bit more, that I have a more fun thing that I can pop in apart from the old badumts. So maybe more of that. I mean, I got
a damn
good coffee, but I think I could maybe set aside a couple of days to make some more of these things. But listening works, says Cursipu, for the Twitter spaces. This is great. I struggle with shutting up. Yeah, same here. At least when I'm comfortable. When I'm uncomfortable, I struggle with opening my mouth. I like listening to interesting people. Oh, a bit jealous even. Yeah, it was super nice what Lady Mistleaf brought to the table, because I felt like you came in the right point where I was just flogging myself for not producing anymore, and you just put it into perspective. And everyone was just so nice. Yeah, it was really, again, I was really feeling kind of relieved and very well accepted. Okay, talking about the Post Mortem. This is what we are here for, or at least some of us are here for. How I did the edit, I would just casually walk you through the edit. And if any of you have questions, then of course I'm happy to answer them. But if not, we can just continue casually chatting as we do right now, which is also fine for me if it is fine for you. Just let me switch over. There we go, and adjust my cam. The cute unicorns. You can see the unicorns a little bit at least. Okay, so this is Adobe Premiere, my go-to editing software ever since I came from the Magix Music Maker that also allowed me to drop AVI files in there. This was around the 2000s. No, I remember coming to a Premiere Pro around it's 1999, where it was like Premiere Pro 5.5. So I'm well aware that there are many more editing tools and software out there, but this is just the one that I'm super comfortable with. Of course, there is on the more pro side, which is Avid, and pro means Avid wants to be a physical thing. It doesn't really want you to use the mouse, or at least not when I've learned what Avid was. It wants everything. You lift it, you move it, you splice it, you drop it in there. It's not, you couldn't just draw a square marquee and then move things around. So this is why I really like Premiere. Frank said, unfortunately didn't have to be there. No worries, Frank. It's so wonderful that you are here, and we're all very happy when you are here. So thank you so much for being, I think, were you the first one to drop by today? Thank you so much. Mental health issues, says Lady Miss Leaf. I include that in burnout, as it normally starts on the mental side and seeps into the physical side, still has a stigma around it. Any chance to say this happens to everyone, even people you admire, I approve. And Andrew says, Frank, I've heard there's a record feature. Just a thought. A record on the Twitter space. I mean, I recorded it here with this microphone, the entire thing. So if anyone wants me to put it up somewhere, I mean, I can put it on SoundCloud if no one objects. It's just the voice quality is what I recorded from my phone's speaker for everyone else speaking. So, but if anyone is interested in this, I can put it up. And the Automated Unicorn, just great time, Automated Unicorn, for doing the plug. Okay, right, so this is the entire edit of the entire Post Mortem. This time it was not too long, so this was again what I was a little bit worried there. And it clocked in at 17 minutes and 24 seconds if you count everything, even the credits roll. Right, so let's zoom in a little bit and look it through. Maybe can you hear it when I'm scrubbing around, or can't you hear it now? I think now you should be able to hear it, but I deactivate this now because maybe it might be a little bit distracting. So yeah, good old games. I mean, this is the usual thing of how I start my post-mortems, just things nicely, but I think I've ran out of ideas for this one, and again it's just a nice montage of my old stuff. And here from the, I thought this would be nice, a little throwback to my very first serious post-mortem. Lady Miss Liv said, I hope once the post-mortem dropped and the Twitter space is finished, you were finally able to unwind a bit. Yes, I did. I mean, I started unwinding with an aspirin and laying down. But yeah, then there was meeting family, and it was all super nice, and we played lots of games, some of which I hated, but I wasn't the only one. But I think right now I'm in the process of unwinding, since we came back from my parents over the new year. And now there is Omicron, and we don't want to leave the house to meet other people. We just go on walks or hiking, as it was today. So yeah, this is how I try to unwind. And when I get back, it's good old archiving day for me, because again, if you recall the stream I did last year, an entire stream on just how my workflow of archiving is, of collecting everything that accumulated over the year, and it for one thing, I mean, cleaning, be it digital or actual, is not fun. But having a clean desk is super nice, and this is why I'm very adamant and very meticulous about cleaning up everything from my Gmail inbox to my photo tags. But yeah, like I said, pretty much everything is now super cleaned up and ready to be put on tape, and then I can forget about it, and should I need something from the past year, I can easily find it and know where to look for it, because this is I think the most important thing for myself when I'm doing backups. So, and once this is done, I think I will just step back for a week or two and just play games, because playing games is still something that I very much enjoy. And one game I started was Chernobylite. If anyone has heard of it, it has those Stalker vibes of the first GSC Game World game Stalker, but it was done with Unreal Engine, and I just adore this Russian decrepitude where old photogrammetry captured buildings sit there, and everything is beautiful, and there's a lot of vegetation, foliage, and the sun is coming in, and I spend like 30 minutes not going after the mission objective because I'm just walking around this sprawling environment. So it's a hike for my eyes. So this is super nice. Also, catching up with the chat now, I'm 3-4 minutes behind. Also, you're not the only one who may have found an addiction to Wordle. Oh my god, I'm a pusher. Now everyone is playing Wordle. It's fun, right? It's like, what was this numbers game? Mastermind. I think this is, we have this numbers game where we just have bunch of numbers or colors, and it was called Mastermind here. I'm not quite sure if it's just local, anything, anyway. And with words, it's just so much more fun than with just random numbers. So yeah, this, and then the other thing is it's nice. I mean, how do you build a community around your game? You make it that it's, maybe I should take a step back and explain what Wordle is for those who aren't, who go like, what the hell is he talking about? Okay, so Wordle is essentially a word game. It's a 5-letter word. You just start entering a 5-letter word, and then it says, okay, this letter here is part of the word, but you put it in the wrong space. It's not on the second position, and this letter here is on the correct position. So now you got like 5 tries to find the word, and yeah, it's just trying out what letters. I mean, it's very well designed that it shows you on a virtual keyboard which letters you have already tried that aren't part of the word, which ones are in the correct spots, and so on and so forth. And how do you build a community around this sort of game? It's everyone plays the same round, essentially. There's a new word every 24 hours. And the other thing is that it easily lets you post it on Twitter, and those are the colored blocks, the gray, green, and yellow blocks that you see. So essentially, it's just you read it from the top to the bottom, and a gray block is, yeah, the letter is wrong. Yellow means, yeah, it's part of the word but in the wrong position, and green one means, yeah, that's the word. So essentially you want a green bar at the end. Yeah, and it's really fun. It's really fun. I wish there were more words to play with, but then again, it's kind of nice that it's only one word every 24 hours, because now you can spend like 20 minutes, like I did with today's, the word from today. It was, it took me way too long to figure it out, but I'm glad I did. Cursey Boo says, can't hear it. Okay, so you can't hear the glitched volume of the edit. So this would be it. I mean, it helps when you're editing, but when I'm just scrubbing through, it doesn't really help, I think. The volume glitched out for 2 seconds for me. Okay, so this one here, right? So yeah, probably because I also have Maya here in the background, if you want to talk about 3D stuff. Andrew says, I've been seeing that Wordle stuff all around, what that's about. I hope it answered it. It's a website word game. Exactly. Phil got me. Oh my God, what have I done? Oh, thank you, Lady Misty, for sharing. Oh my God, what have we done? For sharing the link. It's super fun, right? I just solved mine in 3 tries. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is 3 tries. I always feel good when I don't have to max out the tries. There was this wonderful tweet about how your brain goes when you play Wordle. So the game says just enter a 5-letter word, and your brain says, what did it say? I forgot. Lush. And it says no, a 5-letter word, just anything, 5-letter word. Quench. Just a 5, it could be anything, 5 letters. Lompo. A real word that exists, 5 letters. So this was the tweet, because this is exactly how my brain works. Because you try to be super smart and super economic with the letters and the letter E, and you want to get all your vowels in so that you can probe around what vowels are part of it, and maybe there's an ed at the end. This would make it, and then you spend so much time just strategizing, just staring at words. I coded Mastermind as a challenge to myself in JavaScript a few years ago, actually. Okay, so this is next level. Mastermind is, a Mastermind is too easy. I need to program a computer to play against. This is amazing. Mastermind with colors. I think, colors. This. I think I could. If it's not numbers, I think with colors it's nice. 6 tries. Andrew says, I'm sorry for plugging almost politics here, but there is no way Chernobyl is associated with Russia. As a guy who lives 70 kilometers away. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's of course Ukrainian and not Russian. And also, I think GSC Game World is also a Ukrainian studio, but with Stalker, everyone in the English translation was hamming it up with Russian accents, and this is why it lodged itself to me to be a Russian game. But of course, it's totally right. So thank you for correcting me, because I'm just glossing over. So pretty much everything that's east of Prague is Russia. There we go. You've heard it from me. Geopolitics with Phil. No refunds. If it makes you feel better, I only checked Wordle out because it was shared elsewhere other than on your Twitter. Okay, now that feels better. So it wasn't me who got anyone addicted. And GSC CEO lives across the hall from my mom's. My God, this is so... Oh, this is amazing. Oh my God, the world is so small. Now I know someone whose mom lives across the CEO of GSC Game World, who made a game that I adored, that is Stalker. What are the odds? The ionized odds. By the way, I still hear or listen to the soundtrack from the first Stalker. Where was I? Right, the edit. Because this one here, this is already motion graphics, and I like to litter my videos with little nods and Easter eggs and something. So for those of you who were there for the stream when I started pixeling this moon main here, I thought it would be nice to have it here on this virtual calendar. And there you can also see the next pixel art is already foreshadowing what's going to happen in this Post Mortem. The other thing is, because I'm a super perfectionist and super meticulous, when I zoom in, now we are here at 200%. Let me try to make this a bit bigger here that I get at least scroll bars. You can see here that the paper has a bit of structure. And I always like it when I have something that's purely digital, to have something that feels a little bit more tangible, a bit more dirty or realistic in a way. And so I also this marker thing here is also an individual asset that I made, and now I put it on top. Those paper textures, I thought, why should I only be the one who profits of textures, because pretty much everyone could use paper textures for their games if you want to make some very paper crafty UI, for example. And so I asked around my wonderful patrons and said, hey, do you want this? And of course they said yes. So let me quickly find you. It's where you can also get it. For the few of you who don't know, it's pixelprophecy.com/stuff, where currently there is all my stuff in there. Yeah, it's a bit ugly, but here under downloads, and you can find it here under resources and images and textures. And there's is Phil's Paper Pack Volume 1, and it's 18 pictures of super, I think it's 20 megapixels, because I've photographed each paper texture with my trusty Canon camera under very, very soft lighting and everything, so that it's so should you want to use some of that, just knock yourself out. It's donationware, essentially. You don't have to donate, of course, but if it's easy for you and if you want to throw me a buck for it, there you go. Oh, look at this. Oh my God, I already got 2 votes, and they are all very nice. Anyway, Andrew says, a little touchy subject, us being at war with Russia and all. Exactly, this is, Ukraine is definitely not Russia. Unless you ask Putin or things, Ukraine should actually be Russia, right? So yeah, of course I get it. So I'm not going into politics, but I'm not on Russia's side. That should, I think I will leave it at that. Right, so yeah, and good old me looking weird. Yeah, again, the problem is, I've said it multiple times before, I usually start writing the script and polishing the script, and then I record the voiceover for it, and then I put it underneath everything, and then I distribute my shots on top of it. And essentially this is how I make my post-mortems. And most of the times I'm talking for half a minute or even longer and don't have enough footage for what I'm talking about. And then I have to get creative. And this is why I shoot many inserts of just the random junk that's, thankfully, there is so much random junk in my office here that I can just put in between. I mean, look at this stuffed horsey just looking miserable. This is fun, and there is the proud felt unicorn next to it. Right, okay, yeah, so this one was also, I think, the last stream before the big announcement or the big revelation, the release. So yeah, this is how it looks, and essentially it's just this one image that I just split up and just faded in certain portions of the image that it goes with what is being said. I mean, super simple. And there we have some random things that showing from what's here, essentially, but nice, with a nice light, and just that it doesn't look as random as it is. Yeah, then of course this random attempt at comedy is entirely in here, and now this is getting a bit weird because this is me just seen from there. So I'm pointing in this direction where the camera was. Okay, so yeah, now this is this is super weird. Okay, let's move to something that's, of course, I wanted to make it a bit more dramatic, the reveal, and for this one I zoomed in here and had the an AI upscaler that I wouldn't look too blocky or anything, so that it looks super crisp and sharp as you were zoomed in. And then of course this Twitter update thing here and the fading in there, this is all motion graphics. This was all done with Adobe After Effects, because I don't like it when I'm recording something on screen and then I zoom in and it's super blocky and the compression artifacts are there. I want it to be super clean, so this is why I recreated this entire thing here. And the good thing is I could leave out, this is from the actual stream here, the image unstable, and I could just leave it out here when I faked here this website just being loaded. The other thing here is this is also digitally upscaled with my AI upscaler. Because the shot was just too wide, so I'm quite happy with how this turned out. Okay, the chat says it was interesting to see your set out though. Your set out I don't know how to read this sentence. Andrew says, you do record some of the room shots and cafe shots afterwards, right? Sometimes, but in this time, I think pretty much everything that happened, I'm getting better at what shots I use and I can use. I will tell you which shots weren't shot on the days of the jam, but it's like 90% or maybe even 95% that was there. I mean, most of it, maybe, I mean, even this was shot before, this was the actual countdown, right? When I shot this. And this was here where I knew, okay, my camera would just shut down after 10 minutes of recording time, so this is why I could have it in here. But I've grown better at doing reshoots or inserts. So this was this was live there. Yeah, I had two cameras there because now you can see this is the wide shot, and I just zoomed in for this angle because this one was just too wide, essentially. And Pickling90 says, hey Phil, any ideas to NFTify your stuff, if any? Sorry, the NFT theme insults you, just interesting. Yeah, I'm no insults taken, but I'm absolutely not interested in NFTs. All the comments I make about NFTs are super snarky, so all I can say is please don't mint NFTs from my stuff. I don't want this. I don't mint NFTs myself. I I keep it at a distance. I'm just at the fence looking in what is happening with NFTs, but that's all about it. And yeah, you probably will get some snarky tweets regarding NFTs from me. This is all. And Automated Unicorn just said sparkle setup. Right, okay, it was interesting to see your setup though. Okay, now it makes sense. Set out, set up. My God, if you're not a native speaker of English, prepositions are your bane by existence. I mean, bane of existence, because those things you have to just get used to and learn. Yeah, this one, this short little thing here, by the way, this hand here is the mouse pointer in the title screen of Mario Paint, and in the background you can see there is a weird 70s wallpaper thing going on. But yeah, this is the Ludum Dare joystick. I was super happy to pixel it in like 20 minutes or something, and I thought, yeah, I almost knew what I'm doing with pixel art at this time now. But then it was too busy, and so it's now almost completely orange. You really can't see what it is because it's just so super. Let this be a lesson. Go vote. And it's gone. Relationship goals then, right? Yeah. The real NFTs were the friends we made along the way. Oh, this is so heartwarming. Well, NFTs are basically a scam as far as I understand. This is also how I understand it. I don't want to get into an NFT discussion right now, but I can only say from my perspective, what I've learned and what I've seen is it adds nothing that is not already there. Maybe we will see a sensible implementation at some point, but currently it feels like with a lot of cryptocurrency, there is no value being generated because pretty much everything who's in there is just an investor, and you just speculate on the prices going up. Essentially, you're not creating value within the economy. Everyone is just waiting for the next idiot to pay to come in and pay for their stupidity. Essentially. So, okay, back. Yeah, Lady Mistleaf. I realized too late that I would probably need something from your stream from the post when the jam was being started, but the edit started so late that actually I wanted to have a couple of seconds of you starting on Ludum Dare, and yeah, it was at least 2 weeks after the stream, so yeah, I couldn't find it anymore. So I hope you don't mind me showing this. Rather, it looks just sloppy. Yeah, just screen record the first thing that is on there on Twitch. So I hope it's okay with you. Right. So yeah, everything this was shot during the jam. The cool thing about this is that the actual clock here is always it's really the time that I'm feeling that I'm in this position. For example, yeah, this I think I recorded afterwards, or not this one. No, this one, because like I said, I mostly know what I need in my edit afterwards. I already have a good feeling of, probably should record this screen when I'm just getting lost on Wikipedia, for example. This one also going to bed, and just thought a nice Castlevania nod before the what a terrible Ludum Dare to be cursed as it comes up later. Lady Miss Lip says, that would have been such an honor. Yeah, maybe next time. Who knows? Maybe there are some more Ludum Dares. Ludum Dare? What's the plural? Who knows? Lude Darum. Yeah, people call it Romanis, they go the house. We're in Latin right now. But I haven't saved it either. So I thought, because it's so ephemeral, is this the correct word? It's so transient, it's gone when you don't take care yourself to essentially archive everything. It's gone. And so this is why I've learned essentially the hard way to just download everything or record pretty much everything myself, just in case. And once I was on a guest on a podcast, and as always I record also my track just to be safe, and wouldn't you know it, they had a weird technical issues mix up and they lost my audio track, and I said no worries, I have recorded it myself, there you go, and it's probably even better in quality and not via Skype or whatever it was. So on the bright side though, after your Post Mortem premiere, literally 5 minutes after it ended, I got a new follow. Woohoo! Amazing! So one is more than nothing. So maybe next time, let's knock on wood that maybe it even be 2. Then you got 100% growth rate. I love statistics. You can sugarcoat anything. Yeah, the next day. By the way, why this one looks so weird? This is a little insect thing that we have, this little grid there, and it still shows. I tried to keep it out. Yeah, this was shot on the day. Also this, and here we have this first. Pleased. Okay, and we're back. I hope the the stream didn't choke up too much. This is Premiere, so it could happen again. I was a bit worried because also on my taskbar the seconds did stop, and usually when the mouse pointer isn't moving and the seconds stop, it's okay, I'm gone. But a good thing it didn't. All right, I gotta peel potatoes. Time to move Phil to the phone display. No worries, I'm even comfortable in Tamagotchi display, so no worries. And thank you for having me join you peel potatoes. Picklick says, I wish 2022 will be pleasant and kind to all your hard and SSD drives, comrade. Thank you so much. This is very much appreciated. You never know what 2022 will bring, but so far it's looking good. But again, I'm not done with my archiving run, so we will see. Lag for a second, okay, but it's okay. You want be in the little eggy? Yeah, this would be cute. I think I would be a horrible Tamagotchi. Give me space, but also attention. And yes, enjoy the cooked potatoes later. One of my coding challenges was a Tamagotchi clone that I called Little Eggy. Thank you, TikTok, as helpful as ever. All right, I think I saw you even code it on your stream. Yeah, this thing here, this unstable. This is actually one big animation that just starts out like so. You can see it here on the left-hand side, and the further I move in, the more unstable this one becomes until it's just completely bonkers. And I just pick little segments here. For the first one here, it's just a little jittery because at this point I'm rather stable, but yeah, we all know how this went. And yeah, this was actual camera sound of my phone going off during that time. I was a bit worried for a second. So this one was of course not shot at the moment that I was looking at my phone, but yeah, it was 2 minutes after. So this was also shot during the jam. Also this, and also the entire driving. It's good when you have Connie on the passenger seat with the camera, and she can just film everything, and me just looking super not confident, but super chill. And I'm missing the word here. I just tried not to goof too much around when I'm driving, but there is not so much that you can do when you're driving. Right here, this one I love the image stabilization there on my phone, and I really wanted to try it out. And it looked almost like a dolly, and I don't know why I panned with this guy. I wanted to show you all the nice cakes, but never mind. One of my in the flow, exactly. That's the word. I wanted to appear that I'm super focused on driving and not goofing around. This entire segment there, this was horrible to edit because it's all phone footage. And if you know a bit about video compression, with MP4s they aren't too easy to edit because it's an interframe codec, so it only saves like one keyframe and then just the differences to the next keyframe, which is fine if you just play it sequentially. But if you're editing and move it back and forth, all those frames have to be cached somewhere, and Premiere is being an Adobe product, which means it just clunks and creaks along. So this was a bit problematic. This one here, I realized that when I looked at my notes of unstable, unpredictable, prone to collapse, that it sounded much like Radiohead's Fitter Happier. And the Redeemed Unicorn, I have to drink something now. It's just coffee. Well, it's just milk mostly, but yeah. Cursey says, I liked how you made the theme apply to the Post Mortem instead. It kind of developed. I realized it when I was with my second draft of the script. I realized that, the entire unstable thing was me just teetering on the edge there of a burnout, essentially, because I was just unstable there on this edge, and I thought, this might lend itself to the entire post-mortem. So it was lucky that this worked, right? So this thing here is I don't really expect anyone to get the connection to what this is, but to those who do, I think they go, oh my god, I see what he did there. So this is of Radiohead's Fitter Happier, that was on the OK Computer album, and I recreated this entire album art. Let me quickly show you. Maybe I can find it. OK Computer cover. There we go. So it's this thing here, and this is I don't know where it is. I think I found it out during my research. But the cool thing here is that you could see an earlier version here and see all the individual parts before it was brightened up, and this is what I used when I recreated this essentially. By the way, this this part there of the highway, this is the one that's just 1.5 kilometers down, just taken from the right angle with Google Earth that I just made to look like an old grainy black and white photograph. And then just painted on a couple of layers. And again, if you look closely, for example, you can see here there are people from the slides, emergency slides of an airplane, and there are just people going around, and there it says lost child there. And in my case, it's not people there next to the airplane, but little pixel unicorns, and there it says not lost child but lost file, and so on. So I had a lot of fun trying to recreate this there, just for the fun of it. And of course the voice is the standard voice from the Mac, even to this day. So I'm lucky to have at work an iMac. No, not an iMac. What's it called? The flappy one, the MacBook. And if you just select the legacy text-to-speech voice, it's the one from Radiohead. I think in the Radiohead song, it's a little higher pitched, but nobody will notice unless you have the direct comparison. So this was a lot of fun to do. Again, Connie was really having fun with the wide angle lens on this phone. So, I mean, for a phone, it's super nice, unless, of course, you want to edit things, because there are some compression artifacts when there's a lot. You will see it later, or probably have seen when we were hiking. And with lots of little leaves and details there, the compression is just not too good. This was also fun, opening up good old Game Maker 1 and trying to do something with Box 2D there. And I just recorded half an hour where I just went through the entire help screens because I couldn't figure out how it worked. And this was exactly like it was back then. So yeah, this one here from was it from the Thanks for Nothing Post Mortem? Because yeah, I like this. Oh, when you look at something, it's just formulas and you don't really understand it. So this really speaks to me. Yeah, more coffee. There I was just explaining to Connie in German what my thoughts were, and I wanted to edit them in with subtitles, but then I realized, no idea was very good, so I just decided against it. And there, this was really on the day, just my progression of being super happy to being not that happy. And I had, as you can see, some problems trying to find images, and this is why I just thought, look at this, I wanted to make a Castlevania 2 joke, and here we are doing the Castlevania 2 joke. Yeah, I was just so completely wasted at this moment. And yeah, and this is again, now we have here another pixel art of this, because fun fact, if you recall, the one that I had first there with the calendar, where was it? Where was my calendar thing? This one here. You think it's the same one, but no, this one is a much lower resolution than on the NES, because I made this in a low resolution. Then I thought I could use it there for the NES screen here, but then I realized it had a much higher resolution. And so I just scaled it down again and did lots of touch-ups there to make it look really like an NES. And of course the music was made with NES, no, what's it called? I'm blanking here. Fami Tracker, which is this little thing here. Come on, I said this little thing here. Why is it taking so long? It doesn't want to open. But yeah, it's a tracker for NES music. Right, so yeah, then just color grading. I mean, the entire thing is color graded to look nicer than it actually is, because phone footage. And yeah, then Connie was just filming me while I tried to work up some motivation. And yeah, didn't feel too well there. Then we left, lots of driving again when the sun was already setting. I wish I could have made it a bit more nicer looking, but then of course it wouldn't work with the situation that I was in. So this one is very desaturated and cool and blue. Usually I would have enjoyed to have this warmth of the sunset, but yeah, nothing really pleasant about this. Right, then back home. Really, I just set up the camera. Almost spilled my coffee. Just set up the camera and walked in again and switched on the screens. So these shots of switching on the screens, this was the wrong shortcut. This one, what I wanted to do. These shots of switching on the screen, those are shot later, and also the one here with the mouse. So those were shot very much long after the fact. I think I shot these even in December. But yeah, I mean, since they are close-ups and just insert shots, I think maybe even the clock. No, I think this one looks like it was shot on the day. Yeah. So yeah, these were later inserts, and this one, of course, from my previous post-mortem. This one again, Connie just popped in with her phone and just filmed me play Deathloop, and you can see here probably that this is Bandicam. And as always, I'm recording. Whenever I'm playing a game, I record myself playing, because maybe I need it for a video or just want to look at something. And if you recall, yeah, there was one thing in the second to last mission in BioShock 2, but I don't have the save game anymore, and I just want to look at something, and I don't want to install it and play all the way to it. So this is why I always have videos of my gameplay, just in case I need it, and more often than not I have needed it. And in this case this really helped me, because if I move this one on the upper track here, this is exactly this clip here is exactly synced to this lower clip here. Those green markers just were for me the sync points, maybe, but that was just the gun fired, so that I knew how to sync it up. So if I move it apart, you can see here it's exactly the same situation there as in the game, which was super helpful because I was playing with headphones and I wanted to have some of the audio here. Okay, and here we are again in shots that were shot after the fact. So this one was still on the day, and this one here was months later. You can probably tell there from how much the roots of my hair have grown compared to here. But I think this is pretty much the only one, because for this was the meltdown moment. This was shot at the time. This was not. This was not. This was shot at the time, and of course this one was done after the fact. And now here, this unstable screw up sequence, I wanted to do it. I tried to do it a bit more expressionistic, if that's the right word. So I played around with different colored lights there. And for example, now here, this one looks bluish red. I can show you how it looked like before I did the color grade. This very shot there, because a lot happened during the color grading. So was it this one? No, this was not the shot. Here you can see it was more greenish than. So yeah, this is before color grading and after color grading. So there was actually a lot that I could tease out of the footage, because this was done with my good camera with Magic Lantern. That's a hacked firmware of the original Canon firmware that allows me to record at a much higher bit depth. So essentially I have almost like a motion picture camera latitude there. The downside is that it eats up memory cards for breakfast, because the file sizes are such big, and the camera gets hot, and you can record more than 25 frames per second, because it's just moving gigabytes onto your SD card, and you can record like 10 minutes in, I think, 128 gigabytes. It can just account for 10 minutes in this quality. But I mean, for this I am happy to have as much fidelity as I can, because the shots are very short. And there we go in my I had a lot of fun recreating this. And Fernafy is here. Hello, thank you so much for dropping by. And the automated unicorn is beating me at my high score. And Ender says, such magic, so magic, such wow. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So yeah, this again, sorry for the zoom out. This is the right shortcut. So yeah. Again, I thought maybe if you're used to doing stuff with Unity, the fuchsia color is the dreaded one, which means I think material not found, and I thought I had to have it here for a couple of frames with this, so that even if you don't have experienced the Windows 95 blue screen of death, that you still feel like, there's something wrong, this is not good. Yeah, and of course, I like to reward people who pause the video at the right moment, so this is why there is. Fatal exception has occurred at LD49, and there's my note to Inc. DO21, and the current game jam will be terminated, and so on and so forth. So there is a little bit of things there to listen to. Or to watch. Then of course we have the good old screen off, and also just recorded my computer shutting down and then restarting, and this is what you hear. And my god, this was so much work, but also so much fun to recreate this, because I'm a perfectionist, and you know that this means that of course the little cursor point here, this one here, has to move exactly like it would have moved. initializing all those things. Again, lots of Easter eggs here. It's not the award modular BIOS, but it's the awkward modular BIOS, and there we have this awkward figure standing there. And it's not the energy star, but it's the unicorn star, and it's EGA rainbow enabler, and so on and so forth. So yeah, you get the picture. So essentially, I am a Pentium MMX 200 megahertz with 65 megabytes of RAM. And of course, because the one thing is, my first hard drive is a Unicorn Peripherals 512 megabytes drive, because I'm old and because I'm super obsolete and obscure. My second drive is a Toshiba HD DVD ROM. For those who don't know, HD DVD was the direct competitor to Blu-ray, and you probably know how this ended. And I got still in this computer also an HD DVD drive, because I bet on the wrong horse. Go me. Fernafar says, oh yeah, just saw this color a few times in Blender today. Oh my god. So, but you're being productive. This is nice. Format Wars veteran, yes, exactly. But the good thing about owning an HD DVD drive is, as soon as the Format Wars were decided, I got like the entire Kubrick collection for 10 euros or something, but which would have cost like at least 100. The downside is that the HD DVDs are relatively unreliable, and once I wanted to watch 2001: A Space Odyssey, I couldn't, because I would have dropouts, and I thought, yeah, it's probably good that Blu-ray won in the end. But yeah, still got it. Maybe I put it on eBay in 20 years or something. Never bet on horses, bet on unicorns instead. But they won't let you bet on unicorns because they know you're always a winner. Oh yeah, and the other thing that I thought would be nice is that even my CMOS checksum error is that the battery failed, and you can probably hear this key. Go into the system configuration. There we got here the coffee pool data and so on. I think I've elaborated on that I'm a perfectionist, but even this keyboard sound here, I didn't want the current keyboard to sound. No, I wanted an IBM Model M keyboard sound for the ultimate retro aesthetic, but I couldn't find it because I don't have such a keyboard. But there was this YouTube video of just one guy showing off how this keyboard went, and just typed on it. And this is, I could use just one key press from this. So yeah, yay me. And here we are. Now this one was shot long after the initial hike. You can tell because the trees are almost wintry at this point. Thank you so much. And for example, this one here, this is again color corrected, color graded. Because let me show you how this looked originally. You can see it here, this is in log, but the leaves are actually yellow. And this one was actually on the day, but yeah, I had to make the leaves a little bit greener in this here. So yeah, this is all phone footage of my wonderful wife. On the day you can see, yeah, this is clearly a different time of year than this. But at least I had the foresight to record some more footage when the weather was good and it was still somewhat warm. Yeah, still good old footage there, why not? And also this was fun here again, those two clips of I love making games, I love making movies or videos, and those were done just right there on my floor, where I could assemble those little still life images there, and also had fun just lighting it with this orange, warm, friendly orange light in the back. Was a lot of fun to make just those little things there in between, because I realized I mean, for one thing is, when I was writing the script, I knew we had filmed a lot of me just walking. It was like half an hour I was just walking, wasn't too much in the mood to film anything, but my wife said, yeah, maybe you can put this on a post-mortem. I said, there won't be a post-mortem. And she said, yeah, let's shoot it anyway. And I said, of course, yeah, why not? Sure, let's do this. And we got like half an hour walking from this side, walking from that side, walking from that back, walking towards the camera. So when I was writing the script, I thought I had like, yeah, half an hour of walking. So I can really talk a lot about my thoughts and my inner monologue that was going on at the time, because I thought I can just put myself walking there on top. And I did. And then I watched the edit and I thought, when I was watching it, after 30 seconds of me just looking at myself walking, my mind drifted off while I was just trying to see whether it would work. And then I had to look at a second time. And then after 1 minute, my mind drifted off. And then I realized, this is probably not too interesting to watch. Maybe I can spice it up somehow. And this is why I did those little still life images there, just to make it a bit more interesting and to have the images go with what is being said. For example, here I was exhausted at work, so at work I just filmed myself being at work, and I had, of course, I'm sorry, it looks like I'm looking at the super unsharp monitor, but I can't show you what I'm working on because this hasn't been released, so I'm sorry. And on the chat says, oh, you should have asked, says Frank. And the automated unicorn misses the other unicorns. My God, this is so sad. And Frank says, have a look at GitHub. Buckle spring. What the fudge is buckle spring? Oh, there we go. This project emulates the sound. Oh, this is nice. Thank you so much. My God, this is amazing. Oh, I have to... Do I really have to compile it myself? Windows, I think the Windows build is currently broken. Okay, so I don't have it, but oh, this is so nice. Thank you so much. This is super nerdy. I love it. Oh, buckle spring. This is nice. Right, so good choice, says Cursible. Yeah, I hope it wasn't too boring, this part. So yeah, walking, and yeah, I wanted to have all my patrons, my current patrons there, and then I think 2 days or 3 days, I've lost one patron there, and I thought, should I really redo this or take them out and render it? I mean, they have been supporting me until that point, but I thought, maybe I should take them out because it would be unfair to those who currently support me. And it was good because I completely overhauled the very static animation that I had, and now it looks like there is this big parallax going on there, and I'm super happy with how this turned out. So if you haven't spotted yourself, you need to upload an avatar to... This was also one hell of a rabbit hole, because I wanted a super friendly and easy way to just get all my patrons' avatars. And I went into this rabbit hole for like 10 days or something, trying to interface with the Patreon API via Node.js. And I've never personally, I'm not a programmer, I don't know how to do this. So it was just blood, sweat, and so many tears just trying to get the right things from the API and back to the API and from the API back. I tried, what did I try? I tried WebView, Node.js, I tried just simple Node, I tried Python, I tried Java, just to get, I mean, in the end, you're doing the same API calls, but there were... It's just horrible how little Patreon actually documents that stuff. And the first thing that it says on the documentation is, you could also help us complete this documentation. I said, fudge you, I'm not doing your job. But yeah, so in the end, how did I solve this? I didn't manage to get all the avatars down there from the server. What I did is just go page by page, right click, open image in new tab, save tab, and there we go. So probably would have saved me 10 hours, but there is this one wonderful tweet going around. Why spend 1 hour doing stuff manually when you can spend 5 days failing to automate it? It's a thinker. I'm sure you can find a working Windows version somewhere, says Frank. Yeah, I mean, it would be. I mean, then again, I could go on eBay and get myself a Model M for like, I don't know, 200 Bitcoin and 20 NFTs of monkeys. I don't know. Can scrape the website. No, because I try to even look at the source code or anything. They get loaded dynamically, and even if you go the long way via the API, what still boggles my mind is, I mean, of course it makes sense. It doesn't boggle my mind. I understand it to some degree, but what you have to do is, even if you query the website and say, yeah, print me, please, with sugar on top, please get me all my patrons with information. My background information is JSON, and in each JSON there's an address to the avatar pic. But it only shows you the first 10 results, because it's there's a concept of pages, like on a web page. We can say, yeah, just show me 10 patrons on each page. Then you have to request the next page, and you have to store your virtual cursor on what page you currently are to get the next set. And at this point, I just thought to myself, yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm just doing it manually. I don't have hundreds of patrons. Thank God. Yeah, this is probably doesn't work too well. I'm grateful that I have the amount of patrons that I have. That this was doable in literally just 10 minutes or so. It wasn't too bad. So yeah, and those are the two Easter eggs, right? Because to dazzle my audience, and we've all been waiting, myself included, for the big Ludum Dare 42, which is a little film noir in itself. The film essentially is like 20 minutes of just film noir, and it's not just goofy or anything. It's really a serious film noir story that I shot for the most part. The thing is, I've elaborated on this a couple of times. As I don't have a certain set that I need to do some reshoots, because what I did before did not work. But now 2 years have passed, and I'm a little bit worried that I don't look like I did back then. Good thing is I still got all my costumes. But I thought, yeah, I treat some of my longtime viewers to just 2 shots that have already been completed and are part of this. I'm very happy with the VFX on this one, because you probably can't tell it, maybe a little bit on the phone here, but the background is completely CG. There is nothing real there in the background. And here, of course, the thing that flies through the window is also CG, and all the glass shards is a rigid body simulation and so on. So I really just wanted to treat you to something, because we've all been waiting for this for like 4 years now. I think in 2022 it's 4 years now that this is in production. It's certainly my personal Mount Everest in terms of video productions, and I'm still determined to finish it. It's just so much work. On the other hand, I really want to get it finished. I really want. Cursipu says middle ground automate scraping. If it were that easy to scrape the website, because there is no link to a JPEG or a PNG, I tried. That wasn't possible, because what I tried was the fool's way of doing it. I just thought, okay, I just save the website to my desktop and then go into the resources folder, and there should be all the images. And for some reason, they weren't there. And I thought, at this point, I really have to do this manually for each and every one. And I think for some, because they didn't work, I had to resort to making screenshots, because whenever I wanted to save it, it was just a 0 kilobytes file, but with a file name .webp or something. And I thought, screw this, I make now a screenshot. This is the nuclear option of doing this. So yeah, it wasn't as easy as I had hoped it was. But I managed to get it done, and I'm super, super happy that it worked out, and all of my wonderful patrons are in there. So I hope you see that it was worth it. Yeah, this was also of me doing it, but yeah, Connie, my wife, thought it was just so funny that I was just there contemplating what the hell I should be doing with this, and I just kept poking my eye. This also was really done after the Post Mortem, because I always have this shot of just, it's done, let's make a clean slate of everything and be done with it. So those things here, I'm a bit torn when it comes to showing off these artworks, because I asked on Twitter Ilse Hort whether it was okay for her if I show her artworks and link to her Patreon. But she's a well-known illustrator, and she also does cards from Magic the Gathering, all the artworks and so on. So this is high profile. And of course, she didn't respond in time or respond at all. And I thought, okay, I have asked her, and I put clearly her name in there and link to her Patreon and such. I hope it's okay, but technically I haven't been given the permission to use these things here. But because I really... this is Kara ID is her handle, so I really thought that it lends itself to show her artworks and then have her quote there. Also with Elaine Lithgow, I haven't asked whether I could use her quote, but it was just, I just saw it on Twitter and bookmarked it because it was just so much resonating in January 2021. Yeah, I still had it already there. Then we have a fake fade in. And this was also done after the fact, and yes, I'm shredding now my ideas, but let me show you something. Where do I have it? Where is it? Look at this. It's back. Magic. How did I do this? Well, this is just, I scanned this and printed this on my Pixel Prophecy notepad. Of course, without the headers, just the black ink, and then shredded that one. And of course, I crumpled up the paper so that it looks more authentic than this one. But I thought it was just a nice way to illustrate it, that you have to let things go and just put it into the shredder. What was there? Oh, nothing, just more coffee. Cheating, yeah. I mean, there are some, you probably know this, there are some board games that are also, that you can only play once, like Escape the Room kind of board games, where you have to rip up certain cards or certain things without having seen them before. And I've heard from someone who has a friend. Yeah, of course. Now we're getting into dodgy territory. I have a friend who has heard from a friend that Corona is a hoax. No, this said he has never had a game that he completely destroyed, because it's a sport to him of how to make this game that they want you to destroy. Like I said, rip up certain cards that you can't use them anymore. And said friend said that the play sessions are a bit stop and go, because his friend always has to leave and go quickly to the copier and make a replica of a certain card, of a certain thing, or order something online just to replace something there, so that in the end you still can play the game from the start again. And yeah, this is sometimes I also don't like to rip up paper. Yeah, this one of course was also shot after the Post Mortem was done, but it's okay because also in the story it happens afterwards. But I think this was done like 5 or 6 days, now probably a bit longer, before the actual release. But this also was shot by my wonderful wife, and it's so helpful to have someone to pull the focus, because otherwise you probably wouldn't think of how much of an issue it is to pull focus correctly when you're all on your own. Because one thing is, you don't want autofocus, because it tends to pump. Sometimes it loses the focus for whatever reason. There's not much contrast where it probes the image, and then it just goes out of focus and goes into focus again, and it's super distracting, and this I don't like. So what I usually do is I set some object there where I know that my head will be roughly, and then pull the focus on that one, move this object away, sit myself into this position, act my Oscar-worthy performance, and then look at it on the back of the camera and say, yeah, looks sharp. Then I look at it on my HD monitor, and there, the focus is not on my eyes, but on my ears. Let's do this all over again. So this is super helpful if you have someone just to make sure that everything is in focus. I had expected full ZG. Yeah, maybe next time. But thank you for expecting full ZG from me. Yeah, this one was a missed opportunity. My God, this one was a missed opportunity. Because I know from myself, I always make videos for things when I see something, like I said, what would I do when I watch this video? And there is this big amount of text where you can just see verifying coffee pool data. And this is when I want to hit pause and scrutinize the screen for more Easter eggs. And I'm super delighted when I find more Easter eggs. Probably I've watched too much Futurama. Anyway, and so I thought maybe I should... after the fact, sadly, that I realized, I mean, for one thing is, if you zoom in, it really says here Ludum Dare 49 master file or anything. This is all nice and dandy. But what I would have done is to try out this video link. Maybe there is a video already there. Is it the Post Mortem? But it can't be the Post Mortem because I'm seeing it in the Post Mortem right now. And what I should have done is put some sort of secret video that's unlisted. So if you really pause this video here and type in this video link string there, to have some sort of Easter egg. Maybe one time I will do this. So if you find something weird that looks an awful lot like a YouTube video string, chances are it could be. Andrew says, sorry, I'm not interacting much, playing Papers, Please with my brother. I'm listening though, I will watch what more close. Oh, don't worry, I'm just rambling all the time. So if you play Papers, Please, this is a much better game than this stream probably is. I should play Papers, Please again. My God, what's the name of the guy that always tries to come back with better passport? I've forgotten his name, but if I hear it again. Yeah, Glory to Arstotzka. Is it possible to put the real link in the video? No, it is not, because the link is generated when you start the upload. You can't have a link before you upload something. But like I said, I could have made a video a couple of days before that says, welcome to this super hidden video and there is the next clue. And then uploaded this one, just renamed it to master file or something. But yeah, right now I think this one does not work anymore because it's gone, essentially, because this was just, I think, an empty video or something that I had something to upload. But yeah, maybe next time. And yeah, this was also super fun. Oh yeah, of course, those close-ups are also shot after the fact, as was this. And now here's, if you're still watching, 11 viewers are still there. Now I got a treat for you, because as you can see here with Doom that I was playing there, this screen melting effect there, right? When you advance in Doom, essentially it's a transition, right? And this one is super cool, and I thought to have this myself, and I thought, how could I do this? Yeah, again, this is just playing a little bit of Doom. And by the way, also the music, you might have guessed this is not the original Doom music or anything. Yeah, this I made myself to sound like it would be a Doom music, but of course it isn't. Yeah, it's MIDI metal. This is what I call it. Corsibu says, if you edit the video during the upload, it should work. I've seen it done. Edit the video during the upload. So you mean I start an upload, then cancel the upload, then render out the video, and then say continue upload? Can you show me a video link or something? Can you paste a link or so? Maybe. This sounds interesting. Glory to Arstotzka, yes. The Ars kickers. Also, what I also found funny here is, for one thing is, as I was playing Doom here, I think this was the first time that I played Doom seriously. Usually, I think when Doom came out, I was just at a friend's house, and I was more concerned that his mom would suddenly drop in because we weren't supposed to be playing this super ultra brutal game. And I was just watching it and I thought, yeah, it's pretty cool, but yeah, it's a little bit disorienting, and yeah, it's a bit too brutal for me. Can we play GTA again? It wasn't that, but I wasn't too flashed back at the time, and I've never played it past the first or 2 levels or something, when I just thought, yeah, maybe I need a screenshot of Doom for one project or another. But again, it was Phil's healthy time, and I thought, yeah, maybe I should play Doom for realsies. And I played the first couple of levels of this first episode and the second episode. And there was this one part where there were just these kind of pinky demons there, just an entire room full, and I was still having my berserker mode, but for not much longer. And I thought, yeah, why not? Sure, I could try to punch all them to death, and it didn't work out. But I thought it was really nice that I said I'm trying to get at my personal demons, and in the end I just try to punch them bare-fisted, and of course it doesn't work out. And again, of course, here we have this screen melting effect. So now you're probably wondering, how the hell did I do this screen melting effect? What did I use? I'm so glad you never asked. Let me show you my screen melter tool. You can also, again, get it here on pixelprophecy/good stuff, and it should be under tools somewhere. There we go, tools and screen melter. There we go. And this is exactly what it says that it does. Let me quickly open it. By the way, I programmed this with Pure Basic. If you've never heard of it, I don't blame you, but I think this was the first commercial programming language that I got. I think I paid 35 euros back in the day, and it's Pure Basic. It's basic, but with some bells and whistles. The cool thing is you can make command line apps with it, you can make Windows apps with it, and for some reason they also work on the Mega Workbench, because why not? The only thing that irks me a little bit is that if you do some if checkings, you can't use the double equal sign if you and this is super disorienting when you've hammered yourself into, if you want to assign something, use one equal sign. If you want to check for something, use 2 equal signs, and Pure Basic says, yeah, never mind. So icon file not found. Oh dear, so probably should find the binary then. Binary, there we go. So yeah, this is the screen melter, and I'm super happy here. There also is this fire effect here. I spent way too much work on this. This was my cooling off time, my mindfulness for myself time. I programmed this at the kitchen table at my in-laws over Christmas. But it works like this. You just take any image that you have. You know what? Let's make a screenshot there of the current stream that's going on. Yeah, this is going to be super meta. And I can just drop it there and have it melt. You can also have the settings and say here, yeah, the strip width, maybe it should be just 1 pixel wide, then it looks like this. And the strip offset, maybe just also 1 pixel, and how fast it goes, and so on and so forth. And you can also, of course, if I hit play and restart everything, you can see it's always the same shape. So if you want different shapes, just hit F5, and then this wave shape is differently, and it also tells you how long it takes at 60 frames per second. Because for me it was important to have a transition that looks nice, but that goes super quick or super quickly. You can turn this HUD on and off, and also get this little about screen, because sure, I love making these things. And the other thing is that it allows you to do is you can create a UV map, because maybe you want this effect to use it somewhere else and only need a UV map, so you can just export a UV map. Yeah, of course you can export everything, just say output render sequence, and then it makes a PNG sequence of everything with the amount of FPS that you have. And yeah, this is the screen melter tool, and of course the melt effect itself was coded pretty quickly, but everything surrounding it took much longer. The AI, the UI, and of course this Doom fire effect is seen in the final Doom on the PlayStation. So, first time chat from Blinry. I'm blown away by your attention to detail and your dedication. Oh, thank you so much. What a way to go for your first chat, and already flattering me. Thank you so much for chatting and dropping by. This is very nice. Okay, what did the chat say? With some bells and whistles, so it's not pure basic. Wrong one. It's not pure basic, no, it's far from pure basic, but maybe it's pure basic because it's from a French company and they still develop it to this day and I still get the updates because I paid for it like 17 years ago or something. Right, about this fire effect. For one thing is, how did I know how this screen effect from Doom works? Two things. One thing is, of course, John Carmack open sourced the entire source code to Doom, so I could have looked it up there, but not for the fire effect. But yeah, you know what? Let's talk first about the fire effect because Fabienne Sanglard, there we go, has a super cool website. It loads super quickly and it has monospaced font because why not? And he deconstructs source code from old games. For example, Another World. Let's just click Another World here on the Amiga. There's a short snippet about the time of the Amiga, the architecture of the Amiga, and how this was done. Essentially, the bit arrays and so on, the frame buffers, how they worked for this game. And so this is super nice if you're into programming. Let me quickly paste it there in the chat. Because if you love these kind of technical intricacies, you will love this blog. It's just super well written and very nicely illustrated. And so here we have the polygons of Doom, for example. This is not what I wanted, but you can clearly see just from scrolling over this that it looks to be super in-depth when it comes to explaining things. And there is also the Doom fire effect. Where do we have it here? Let me quickly look for fire, how Doom fire was made. So essentially here it just tells you how the Doom fire was made. And you have here just this set of 36 color values. And yeah, it's super simple. You just add a bit of randomness, surf, and there we go, the Doom fire. And I thought, sure, why not do this? But instead of 36 values, I used all 256 values there. Also with alpha blending, because the later the fire gets, the more it goes here into the red, the more it blends with the background. So yeah, again, it was just super fun, and then trying to optimize it so that essentially this is an array of 320 by 150 pixels or so, and actually it's not an array. Essentially, I just reserved a bunch of bytes in the memory and then just iterate through it because this was much faster than working with an array. But essentially, an array in memory is the same thing. Either way, I'm super happy with how this turned out, and I'm super grateful for this wonderful explanation of how things essentially should work. Of course I adapted this function there for my needs, but this was super helpful. And the other thing is, like I said, how was this strip screen melting thing done? Hang on for a second. There we go. And I switch over to the big camera. Thanks for a nice fire. Thanks, Cursivu. I got this wonderful book here. I think I've already talked about it at length. And of course, there is pretty much everything about the source code of the first Doom and how things were done, how VGA graphics worked back then, how BSP works, binary space partitioning, and so on and so forth. So you can see here that pretty much everything is wonderfully explained and detailed there with images and source code, and it's a wonderful, engrossing read. And if you're into this kind of thing, yeah, it's the Game Engine Black Book for Doom. And before that, he also wrote the Game Engine Black Book for Wolfenstein 3D, which this one, of course, touches as well, just as a starting point. So, and in here it also shows how this screen melting effect looks like, and tells you how it was stored in memory and how it was done. And essentially this was just how I realized that how it was done. I did it differently, but one thing that was super helpful for me was at first I had just the strips drop randomly, but it's not randomly, it's like this little wave. And I wanted to find out what the algorithm was for this. And it's super simple. It says a random sequence of 160 numbers is generated in an array Y where each value is within 16 units of its two neighbors. And I just dropped these 16 units within two neighbors. I just said, okay, either +3 or -3 from the previous value. And then you just go up and down, and then I normalize everything that it starts off screen. So if for example, if this bar here, the pencil signifies the 0 level, and then you start here at 0, and then it goes -1, -2, -5, and then it wraps around back, and here it's +1, +3, +6. I shift everything, this entire wave, upwards so that it starts at 0, essentially, so you know the drop. My god, the automated unicorn already discreetly shreds a bunch of papers. Sorry, I got carried away. But again, this is such nerdy stuff, and I love it. And even that I'm not a programmer, but this one was a super interesting read, and I understood at least 80% of everything. So a big recommendation for this. And yeah, this essentially concludes where is Premiere. Oh, it's already almost gone. There is Premiere again. And yeah, this is how I did these effects, because of course when you export it, it exports with an alpha channel so that you can use it like I did. Fernify says, I read this Sid Meier's bio on your recommendation. Oh yes, Sid Meier's memoir. How did you like it? It was okay, good, it was great. Thanks for I'm relieved that I recommended something and it was worth your while, and not, yeah, you recommended me this thing here where it clearly said there was sexual stuff to happen, and I'm in now 1,460 pages of 1,500, and there's yet to be a sexy time. And I almost think that you somehow recommended me something that was not to my liking. So I'm glad that it didn't go that way. By the way, this is just an in-joke when it comes to fan fiction that is like... how many years ago? At least 10. And Commander Stitch is here. Hey Pixel, hey Commander Stitch. Thank you so much for dropping by this very late in the stream. I'm already there at the credits. Now I am gone from the equation, but now the chat is overlaying with Premiere. Maybe it's... Yeah, this looks better. So I'm already here at the credits, and you probably see here there is one thing that is also differently this time, because this gradient there with the Ludum Dare colors, now suddenly it's animated, because I thought in the years before, I don't think anyone would have noticed that suddenly this now essentially looks the same, but now it's just, it has a bit more glow to it. There's this lens flare in the middle, just that it looks a bit nicer there. And of course here this thing there in the end, which is the logo appearance. It was the hardest thing about this was to get the size right. And with size I mean position and size, because it then says click, or does it say click here to subscribe? Let me go over here, because this is a motion graphics template that I made in After Effects. So Essential Graphics, because now here I can just say, yeah, use production code, or where do I want to space it. So this is all done with After Effects expressions. So I just expose the values that I want here in Premiere, and you can see here the logo selection. Maybe I want to use this for a different logo, maybe a full motion video, or no logo at all. And I can just use here sliders, because in my expression it just looks at what the value of the slider is. And also here for the background, I have different backgrounds. Yeah, and this I wanted to show you. Yeah, this background here, if I don't blur it, this is how the usual background. But right now it looks like this. It looks much nicer. And yeah, the hardest, and the subscribe reminder I can show as element, and even animate here if I don't deactivate it. There we go. Where it has this little little bouncy animation. And the hardest part was to get the size right, because in YouTube, when you hover over it, it suddenly becomes this part of the subscribe now or click to go to the channel page or something. So this I'm super happy when you time it correctly. So once this fades in and have these subscribe reminder fade in over top, it looks seamless. And I'm super happy with how this turned out. And this concludes our tale. The one thing that I wanted to show you that might be interesting is I'm super happy with the promotion art, the poster. Let me quickly see if I can find it. Oh yeah, it's not there. Just a quick reminder, it's this big pyramid that was strongly, and I mean strongly, influenced by Control from Remedy, the game from 19... Is it 19? Or was it 1920? Just if I can find it again. So many folders. Unstable poster, there we go. I said there we go. Where is it? Oh crap! It opened in a window that's not visible anymore. So because I changed my screen resolution, now it's out of bounds. I just try now with the Windows keys to move it around, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I need to reset my screens back then. But maybe I can open it with good old Windows preview. Where is it? Windows Photos. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, so you recognize this one. And I wanted to make this because it looked so nice as a poster. I just thought, why not make a kind of movie poster out of it? And this one was to absolutely no surprise to anyone. I made this, of course, digitally in Maya, and this is how the actual scene looks like without textures. And let me switch over to a different perspective. You can see here, it's all fake. My God, it's so fake because the floor is riddled with holes. And you can see here, apart from this huge pyramid that's there on top, you can see there are only 3 models, essentially. 2 models if you don't count the standard primitive cube with just some chamfered edges. But it is this one here and the other one here. And those I got from Sketchfab, and they were fabulously photogrammetrically captured. And right now it looks a bit bad, but if I switch on the textures, let's hope the stream doesn't freeze. It looks super nice with textures here, and from the right angle it looks nice, and when I switch on the light source, then it looks even better. And this is the directional light. Let me switch on the dome light again. Is hidden. Yeah, I know it's hidden. There we go. So now we got this indirect light, and this is essentially how I lit the scene. And you have no idea for how long I just adjusted here the direction of the light, where it would look the most ominous, and also would allow me to fake some sort of depth in the image. But yeah, just with these very simple elements there, it was super nice to render something like this, because you can see here this the background now is this factory hall there, and it reflects on some of the columns there, which doesn't make any sense, but since it's such a alien environment, I think it works quite nicely. But if you look at it here in the camera view, you can see here there is a reflection of a window that clearly is not their part of this actual scene there. But yeah, it was the hardest part of this was just rendering it, because like I said, I wanted it movie poster size, and movie poster size means let me show you the actual dimensions. This is cropped, small, reduced. This is 8,100 by 12,000 pixels, and I couldn't edit this in Photoshop. anymore. I had to use Nuke. For those who don't know, this is the compositing software of big Hollywood studios, and I use it sometimes for work. Because this Nuke is wonderfully able to work with a lot of, again, almost tipped over my coffee, with a lot of big plates. You got, for example, backgrounds and 4K movie camera plates and 8K plates and so on. And this one is such cleverly programmed that it doesn't completely die when you load all this in, as many Adobe products do, interestingly enough. So, and Commander Stitch said, looking great, we're making waffles. Woo, waffles! You can't send me any, but it's okay, I'm almost out of my coffee. Yeah, I was living in my coffee. I'm out of coffee. Huh. Yeah, maybe not. And I think this is everything that I have to say about the Ludum Dare Post Mortem. Again, I'm super happy with the reception. Like I said, I was a bit worried that people thought, yeah, I was taking the easy way out and just make a short video, but then again, still it took me 80 hours or something, not included programming of this screen melter tool. But, for some people, it's when they have a stressful or demanding job, they just go home and just solve little puzzles, right? Like 1,000 pieces, just puzzle solving, or playing Sudoku. And for some people, Sudoku is super relaxing. As for myself, I find it super stressful, and I'm always almost this close to crying. But for me, what I've realized is what is my little happy place to go to is programming. And this is why, again, this little tool here has so many bells and whistles that it doesn't need, because it was just so nice have a little project that was confined from its scope and what it could do and what it should be doing. And it was how many lines of code? It's I think 2,000 if at all. Not even 1,000. It seemed much more than that. Or is it just because I collapsed some procedures? No, it's not even 1,000 lines. I would have guessed it's like 3,000 lines, but in the end, it's a couple of hundred lines, and it does exactly what it should, and in a programming language that I haven't used in years. But again, for these little kinds of projects, I love Pure Basic because you can make Windows apps and they're super small. Because I embedded all the images, for example, this background image here and the about image. And the executable size is, I think, 1.4 megabytes, which is super small. And if you do some sort of command line programs, it's like a couple of kilobytes. And I like it because that it's such lightweight. And for me, this was my way of, okay, I'm relaxing, I'm programming now, and I don't have to concern myself with those pesky questions of creativity, or when you have to speak creative about solutions that you need for something like an edit or so, because this can be super straining. And other people I've heard, for them it's completely different, because they program for a job and sometimes it gets quite big, and they just say, just go out and film birds and then make little videos about my bird watching. And so for me it's the other way around, because I know if I start to do little bird watching videos, it probably all just balloons into something that's utterly out of scope. Right. Lady Miss Leaf says, my husband used to say he had too much blood in his sugar, and he had a lot. I've always sometimes I also joke that I have a little too little blood or too much blood in my coffee, in my veins. But for you might want to stock up so you don't have too much blood in your coffee system. I'm drinking coffee now without sugar for 10 years or so. Before that, I used also like 5 heaped spoonfuls of sugar in this amount of coffee. Madness. And right now I'm using skimmed milk, and so far I think this has been good for my health, because I'm not missing sugar in my coffee. But I don't even drink that much coffee. I think it's more the milk that gets me super excited and hyper. How do I make this animation window disappear, says Fairnofy? Yeah, at the right, when you move your mouse cursor to the right, and there is power up animations, and there you can say visible on and off. Frank has it figured out for all of us. Thank you, Frank. And I'm already late there. Lady Misleaf already answered it. I'm sorry for forgetting what the stream said. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, stream. Thank you, stream, for coming to the rescue. But I want a Nyan unicorn. Yes, so do I. So do I. What can I do to get a Nyan unicorn? I don't know yet, but probably will have to figure things out, that there are even more unicorns to be observed on this stream. Too much blood in my alcohol was the school saying here. Oh dear, Ender. Yeah, first grade, right? Or maybe it's just the teachers. I've been hitting the zero sugar A&W root beer for 4 months. Okay, is there a zero sugar root beer? I've never had root beer myself, so I don't think it's even a thing here in Austria, because ginger beer has been around for a couple of years, but only in very select stores or something. But yeah, cool that there is a sugar-free version of it. But now I probably want it with sugar. My worst vice is that I drink Red Bull sugar-free sometimes at work, because for one thing is I work at Red Bull, so I can just go to the nearest fridge and get me one. But the other thing is I don't too much enjoy the taste of it, but it's cold and it's sweet tasting, and somehow it energizes me to finish up with something, because I know if I go at work to the coffee machine and have a coffee dispensed, I'm again back in this, it's so warm, it's soothing, it's a lot of milk, I want to lie down and just sleep. And I don't have this with Red Bull. It's more like, yeah, go, 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 hoo-ah! That's Red Bull for me. What is this root beer? Stairs in Horlick. I have no idea what this means. Gotta try root beer. Horilka. Also, I have no idea what Horilka is. Not a fan of root beer myself. Really, no idea what root beer is. Never made it to Ukraine. Yeah, I think root beer it also never made it to Central Europe. I have never seen it anywhere. Maybe, like I said, in maybe select import stores. But, for example, in Monkey Island, I think Guybrush Threepwood just drinks root beer or something. And this one had to be changed in the German-speaking countries, because no one knows what root beer is. I don't know what it was changed for. Maybe it was some malt beer, which is also something that you just can give children if they want to pretend to drink beer or something. But yeah, it had to be changed because it didn't make any sense. Talking about things that don't make any sense in German, there's also this monkey wrench puzzle in Monkey Island 2, I think. And in German it was completely moon logic, because the joke doesn't work with monkey wrench. Right. I have collected funny words. German words that when you translate it literally to English, it's just crazy. Because I realized there are so many words that we use on a daily basis pretty much, and don't think about it, about how funny they actually are. So let me find it here quickly in my notes, so I can give you something. All right. Yeah, this is nice for the first one is Mehlspeise, and this one literally translates to flour meal. Flour, not in the sense of the flour that you pick, but more in the sense of flour with which you bake bread. So it's, flour meal. What the hell could this be? And I will catch up with the chat while I let you think. About Free Guy recently said, Lady Misleaf, so if you take Red Bull, you go from guy to dude, apparently. Yeah, let's drink some Red Bull. Oh my god, I shouldn't do this. I don't know what it is, and no milk or sugar in my coffee. Oh, okay, so you're hardcore. For me, it's just milk, but lots of milk, because I'm a milk toast kind of person. Someone said to me, and I said, yeah, that's nice, thank you. Horilka is a Ukrainian original, close to vodka, pure alcohol with water and sugar drink. Oh, okay. The more I learn. Horilka, this sounds horrific. Unless, of course, you're into it. But at the end of the day, everything is horrific unless you're into it. It's like someone who never had an egg for breakfast or doesn't know the concept of eggs, and you explain to them, yeah, we have this little bird that doesn't fly that we keep around, and it lays these eggs, and then we take the egg and then we heat it, or we just take the egg and boil it, and then we add salt and eat the egg. If you come to think about it, a lot of food, even if it's barely processed, is like, yeah, it's just because you've grown up with it, for example, and they're used to it. But yeah, just think milk. Everyone drinks milk. It's nice. It's healthy. It's fun to drink milk. But then, of course, it comes out of a big cow. It's just what it secretes. I'm not getting too much into it, but if you think about it, it's kind of weird. Flour meal, no clue. And likes his coffee without milk. Black, and flour meal makes me think of those big bread buns they would make, hollow out the top and middle, and basically use it as a bowl to eat out soup. Flour meal, Mehlspeise is everything that is sweets, not candy, not as in sweets, but like cakes and pies and strudel, that sort of thing. So some of it could be baked in a sense, but yeah, everything that is sweet and with sugar on top. So this is the compound, not the compound noun. It's a compound noun, but it's just the container word, I'm lacking now the correct word. Just to describe this category of foods is Mehlspeisen. So yeah, flour foods, flour meals. It's weird, right? And I just came to think of it. But you said it. When you think of it, it really doesn't sound like it would involve anything that's sweet. And maybe if you're interested, I got this entire list of funny German words. Maybe for one on the road, I can pick another one if you want. And basically, Horilka is no flavor schnapps. Okay, so it's schnapps basic, right? It's schnapps original. It's schnapps light. Oh, I should do marketing. Right. Okay. So one more. Okay. Maybe this is might be interesting if you're into. I'm not saying even in the field where this one goes. Okay. So in German it's Klammeraffe, and it translates to clinging monkey. But also Klammer could also be if you grip onto something, if you grip it and you hold onto it, you could clamor, but there also Klammer also could mean brace, as in when you type something and you make an open brace. It's also a Klammer, but also Klammer is like a clamp or something that you can put on. So Klammeraffe in that sense could mean a lot, and it's not what you're thinking it means. Our visit, says Ender, to Österreich was Schnitzel, Strudel, Schnaps and Stollen. To translate it, Schnitzel is if you have some meat, it's just a fillet of meat, and you salt it, you put it into flour, not the flours you pick, but the flour you bake bread with, then have it go through an egg, and then we call it paneer, but it's not what the Indians call paneer, which is funny, but it's breadcrumbs. Essentially, you just cover it with breadcrumbs and then fry it, and this is Schnitzel. Probably you've heard of it, Wiener Schnitzel. Strudel is a Mehlspeise. It's a flour meal with I don't know the what kind of dough it is, but it's those again. Oh, this is another one, because I know what it's called in German. In German, it's called Blätterteig. But it's a sweet meal with apples, Apfelstrudel, and what was the next one? Schnaps. You probably know what Schnaps is, and Stollen. And this could also mean two things. One thing is Stollen could also be a Mehlspeise, could also be a flour food. Essentially, it's also some sort of sweet bread. It's milky, fluffy bread with sugar on top. But for some reason, it also means a mine shaft that goes into a mountain. This can also be a Stollen. German, wonderfully. Flaky pastry, maybe. You remind me, I have Japanese banana cake to eat before it goes bad. Japanese banana cake? You know what? I have to really look up what this certain kind of dough is that I mean. I mistyped again. Okay, so let's find out. Is it called flaky dough? Puff paste, flaky pastry, puff pastry. So I think yes, that is it. Yeah, as a bonus, I can tell you what we call flaky pastry or puff pastry. We call it Blätterteig, which means a dough of leaves, as in the leaves of trees, but also as leaves. If you have multiple sheets of paper, those are also called Blätter, just like the leaves. Banana stick Baumkuchen. Oh, Baumkuchen. Yes, almost. Right, I owe you now the solution to Klammeraffe, the clinging ape, and it's the @ symbol. Yes, the @ symbol, we all know which one. For some reason, I've also seen this tweet a couple of days ago, that it has super funny and cute names in different languages. For example, I think it's called Little Mouse or Little Elephant or all those. I don't know why for many it's just some animal. It looks like an animal to some people. But this is the @ sign we call Klammeraffe, clinging ape or gripping monkey, because reasons. And Blätterteig, flaky pastry, leaves dough or sheets dough. All right, Ender says, also we plan to visit Salzburg again this year. Coffee maybe, last time had too much fog. Depends on the corona situation, but I can wholeheartedly recommend the Café Fingerlos. I don't know when I will be there because, with work, who knows? But maybe it works out that we can meet. Again, it really depends on the COVID situation, because right now with Omicron going around and there is the big monster of a lockdown at the end of the horizon, looming over everything. But still there are parties, but you have to wear masks if you want to, but only on, I don't know, on every second night, but only if the sky is clear. I don't know. Yeah, that just, it's a bit like in the US with the CDC recommendations. It changes every day, and there are so many if and statements in there and conditionals that it feels like playing a game of keep talking and nobody explodes a bit, just with real lives at stake. So who knows what the year brings, but as for us, we just try to stay at home, don't meet a lot of people, just go to work, always masks, and see if this the next wave. We're at wave 5 in Austria right now. It's just over the week, the holidays. Everyone got infected. Well, not everyone, but the numbers are just surging. And so right now we're just trying to stay down and hope that it blows over. At least we all, my wife and I, we get boosted. So booster shots, and we just see what it brings. It's Bladerdeeg in Dutch, if I pronounce it correctly, and I think it's pâté. Oh my dear, feuilleté in French. Oh God, I probably shouldn't try different languages. But maybe, you know what? Maybe I can find the tweet that shows about the Klammeraffe in different languages. I just found it. Wonderful. So there you go. And does it say French? No, it says not French, but Apenstartje. Monkey's tail in Dutch, apparently. Cursibu says, horrible in the US too. Wish you guys well over there. Yeah, I also wish everyone well, no matter where you are, because this thing again is growing big, and we got also lots of people who are lots of. It's just a minority, but they are super loud and they demonstrate. But also the good thing is for them, hey, pretty much anyone who's against the state somehow can march on those demonstrations. So it's on one hand, people who are somewhat skeptical of the getting vaccinated, and there's a whole gradation to outright Nazis marching there and attacking journalists. Yes, even in Austria. So this is at the point where we are right now. And yeah, so again, I wish everyone well and hope that this somehow, at least by the end of 2022, it has somehow at least the waves get not as big as they are still do now. So what all I can say is that I hope you got a lot of free time, or at least some free time to play games, which is also good, because like I said, as with me playing with Chernobylite, it's like going hiking, urban exploring, decrepit buildings with your eyes from home, from the safety of your home. And for those who don't know Chernobylite, I have some screenshots. Let me quickly treat you to some screenshots, because the game is just so freaking beautiful. I mean, if you're into that sort of beauty, yeah, it's beauty. Yeah, this is the wrong game. Good on you, Phil. Screenshots, and there we go. Ta-da! And it doesn't show because, of course, the viewer is on the wrong. Somewhere out of bounds, apparently. So yeah, it's a bit dark, at least the first couple of images, but yeah, I just was hammering the screenshot button like crazy, because it has such atmosphere to this game. And this is just look at this. Just look at this workshop there. I can't zoom in. I mean, yeah, I can't zoom in because it's just so super detailed. Like I said, lots of photogrammetry and the Unreal Engine there, and yeah, I like to go around and just look at details everywhere. And of course, there's also, this game is called Chernobylite, so of course you're visiting Pripyat. Almost looks photorealistic. And Ender says, shameless, ask me anything about Chernobyl, plug again. Yeah, of course, we can ask Ender anything about Chernobyl. Have you been there, by the way? Because if it's not far from you, I've heard they organize tourist tours to the reactor. For those who don't know, this is at least the game's version of the encased reactor of Chernobyl. It's under this thing here. And yeah, in the game, it says that it grows these weird Chernobylite crystals that you can use for your weird this experiment, this virtual reality thing there. I'm super bad at explaining stories, but yeah, it looks just amazing. It also has this radio array here that was called, I don't know what it was called, the Russian something, because this one was giving interferences to radio frequencies around the world during the Cold War, for example. But look at this, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And it says, yes, I've been there while I was in the army. We had extensive mouth training there. I have no idea what mouth training is. Not as a tourist, though. Yeah, I would assume when you're in the army, it's not like, hey, you get together with your buddies a 1-week trip to Chernobyl. Yeah, like I said, the game is just gorgeous, and you can see here, you don't see a lot of gameplay because I'm just a tourist. I'm just a tourist in this game, just walking around. Oh, look at this! There's a soldier. Finally, we have one soldier. So yeah, this is my current obsession with just taking pictures in Chernobylite. Military operations on urban terrain. Oh, of course. Now this makes sense. So yeah, my God, I on one thing, I envy you because, yeah, like I said, I love overgrown urban things where this romantic notion of the nature is conquering back what it once owned entirely. My God, I'm struggling for words now. You know what I mean, where something is super decrepit and vegetation is coming in there and everything looks old and yeah, like I said, I have this weird romantic notion about this, but I think when you're with the army and you have to do training, this you don't have eyes for this kind of beauty, I would assume. Some friends of mine did illegal trips, all stalker-like. Okay, now this is if you're on army training at Chernobyl or the surroundings, and then you're in your full ghillie outfit and do some illegal stalking. I don't think it could be much more real stalkering than this. Dude, it looks so awesome. Nature is taking over. Wonderful. Nature is taking over. You've said it with much better words in much less time than I tried to say so. But yeah, again, and what I like about this is Chernobylite. I can do this in the game without leaving my beautiful, wonderful, super expensive, super comfortable chair. And yeah, just wait for this entire pandemic to blow over. Right, okay, so I think I'm at wrapping things up right now, and I'm just looking at another thing that I gifted myself. It is a new USB 3 hub, and this was the most expensive one. It's cost like 60 euros without power supply. But the cool thing is, I was promised, do you hear a hum on the audio? Because you should not, because this is especially made for audio equipment, and so it for one thing is it doesn't slow down no matter how many USB 3 devices you connect and transfer, and the other thing is that it has somehow shielded signals that it doesn't, like I said, doesn't hum on the audio line. So this should be good, and this has no hum. Wonderful. All right, with that being said, and Commander Stitch says, wow, yeah, it's even called the Overhub, and I just wanted to show it to you, but I probably should just take a picture and show you that. Because if I take it up now, of course, I have my camera connected to it and I have the microphone connected to it. You can't see it, but I'm a techno nerd in some ways, and I really want to show it to you what it looks like. And come on, find my phone. There we go. My God, I think this is the most cumbersome way of doing this. And of course, yeah, it doesn't show up. Open in Windows Preview. There we go. Photos. There we go. So this is my beautiful Overhub for Trans 7-port multiple transaction translator USB hub. Yeah, this one so far, I've had bad experiences with USB hubs before, especially when they were touted as super speed USB 3. Whatever, and then you connected more than 2 devices, and one device, especially if it's a hard drive or so, would fail every other second or so on, and then crash or somehow get defective. Yeah, so far I'm not regretting my purchase, but ask me in half a year of how things go. Right, okay, so I'm super bad at wrapping things up, so I will try this once again. And Commander Stitch says, looks pretty nice. Yeah, it looks bad with this big Helvetica Overhub, just super serious, I feel. And it's solid metal, so it stays on my desk where it should be. Cool. Okay, so Frank says transaction translator is indeed legit part of a USB hub. Not sure I expected it to see the term on the outside. I mean, it sounds badass, and it sounds like, I know my gear, so it's better than where it says, it's the sticky thing for your external photo box. I like it when it says transaction translator. Multiple transaction translator. It's cool. It just sounds cool. Right, where was I? Wrapping up the stream. Again, thank you so much. All 11 people, or at how many are we right now? Yeah, still 11 viewers. Thanks, Mom. Thank you to all 11 viewers to be part of the gang, be part of this wonderful community. Thank you for your interest in me just rambling on about how beautiful virtual Chernobyl is. What a weird time to be alive. and about my all the little tricks and fun stuff, things that I managed to cram into the Post Mortem, even though it was a little bit different than usual. And yeah, for me, it's now back to fixing up all my stuff to archive, and hopefully next week maybe I can start with something new. Who knows? Maybe I pick up something old. We will see when we will see. And Blinry says, thanks for the entertaining stream. Yeah, I'm glad it was entertaining. Again, when I start rambling, I just go off on a tangent and then I don't even see the tangent anymore because I'm way over all the hills. So I'm glad that it was entertaining. And Andrew says, thanks, Pickles Prophecy. Looking forward to every Sunday now. Oh, thank you so much. Then, oh my God, this means I have to deliver. I have to be super entertaining. Okay, I try to take things much more lightly and just see if I have a fun time, and even if it's just chatting with a lot of you, because this is a lot of fun and I really enjoy our time together. Am I flirting with the camera again? No, I'm not. Or maybe am I? Who knows? We will find out, hopefully not, on next Sunday. And until then, I wish you a wonderful week. Stay safe out there. And yeah, I hope you also can look after your own needs and do things that you love, for example, playing games or even making games. So with that being said, I hope once after my backing up is done, I can be back and be a family man. This was Street Fighter 2. It doesn't make any sense. Now, again, I'm rambling. Fill out and see you next Sunday. Bye.